Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Disco Elysium. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're supposed to join me today as I fumble about trying to figure out what to do. Here in Martinez, I have some clues, but not many clues. Let's see what do we have over here. Went to the village on the coast, officer. See you there, Joyce, says the note on the post. The village on the coast? Really? Well, that's interesting. I have no idea what... Oh, hi. There's people up there. We should probably go and say hi. Because they were there actually before. We definitely need to level up. But I think our pursuit of Joyce is going to be very much hampered by the fact that we have reached a maximum... Unless something happens, of course, but we have reached maximum skill on some of our skills. Let's see what...
Give me a moment.
It's fine, lady. I will... Oh, actually, I might want to check on Kuno's dead. So we never went into this. I can knock again, but that doesn't matter. Or at least I wouldn't think it did. Let's see if Kuno's dead is feeling a little bit better. He seems to be still asleep. Yeah, he's still asleep. That's weird. It's a new day. I mean, I guess it makes sense. People do sleep every day. Or normally, anyway. Not all day. That's different. Every and all, those are different words that mean different things, Colonel. Don't get them mixed up in your head. Anyway, yeah, let's go upstairs. See if we can do anything about that. We also can go to... I don't remember his name, but the boss of the union, because you'd think we could have a new conversation with him, considering all that we have learned so far, but you never know.
Hello again, officers.
Oh yeah, Cindy. How could I have forgotten about you, Cindy? She has my favorite portrait so far, at least the one that I remember the easiest, I suppose. I don't know why. It's the straight black, pulled back hair and the pale eyes. So this... Oh. 120 feet scurrying beneath the grate. The rats of the city. That sounds interesting. I wonder if I can do anything about that. I can indeed. How did I miss this before? Well, sound. Sound is how I missed this. How I missed it before. Because we were here before, of course, but... Well, that's good enough. Let's see if I can... Well, actually, I was going to say, let's see if I can find another mission. Actually, I think this game sort of lends itself more to finding new... Or to going back to particular checks that you might have missed more than anything else. And that's why the journal works like it does, or the map, rather, works like it does. So... Let's find out how this works, because we haven't given it a shot. So, for example, the ice cream maker, it's white, but it's on this color, so it means that I don't have access to it until I level up. But, for example, the barbell over here is a legendary check. Wait. Clear window, visual calculus. How do I tell where that is? I mean, I can figure it's in here, or not in here. Actually, it's in a different level. Let's go to that level. Yeah. Let's try and focus on those skill things. It's an interesting system. I like it. The fact that you can't reattempt the check until a little bit after, until you level up, basically. And basically, that means that it's a different sort of. Oh, Cindy. Cindy gives me a little bit of this. Cool. Conceptualization. Let's see if I can get some conceptualization clothes. I can indeed. Then hopefully I won't die out of the things that I am not wearing. Yep. Okay. The first and the second to last. That seems simple enough. And we should try these every time. Because you know, you don't need to level it up. Level it up. Yeah, that's a failure. And Kim doesn't appreciate my artistic attempts here. It's all right, Kim. It's all right. I can understand. So yeah, it would be either underground, but it wouldn't. It would be over here in this building over here. Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine. That's just the little binoculars. Is there anything to do with this? I don't think there is. We can just say good mail delivery box. The box seems happy. Eat shit, pig! Fucked by the Kun! And Saint G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and Bessie Sete, or Baze Sete, mailbox also is written all in there. Been there, post Laventurier. Laventurier? That's how it is. Mail collection box, been there. Ooh, healing morale by being sympathetic towards the mail collection box. I suppose that works. Maybe.
Hello again, sir.
Hello. Goodbye. Yeah, I really thought it was gonna be in there, but this doesn't, like, the barbell. I think this is the check that we did inside. But the visual calculus for the clear window, that wouldn't be. Well, how is that possible? It shouldn't be possible. The visual calculus, I mean. Yeah. This is obviously not for the clear window. The clear window would be out up there. Let's go up there. Also, let's go talk to the disco lady. I never remember, cause we might have something new there. Definitely not here.
Coppernato is back.
I say that
What do you want?
as we have something here. I want to go over it. No, we don't. We just have this again. Why didn't you lie to me, game? Don't lie to me. And our not Sunday friend. I really wish I could go and check in there. Maybe now I can ask something. I mean, we did ask already something, and I think we need to wait until he's gone, because he said something about that. But we can't do anything about that. Let's see if I can say anything with him.
Can I help you?
About my build tonight, that's right. I'll wait until later in the day. I want to see what happens. If I can pay it, I will pay it. I can pay it for sure, but you know what I mean. Like, maybe I won't be able to pay it. And things will evolve. So, or develop. So that window is still broken. You know what I'm thinking? Are you thinking the same thing as I am right now? Have you thought that already? That door also leads upstairs. Holy crap. Did I say... Yeah, I am the killing hen. Did I say that already? Yeah. You lie to me, game. You lie a lot. Either that or I just don't understand how that works. Because it's the opposite of what I was thinking. Why is it... These are things that we haven't done yet. Otherwise, it would have a lot more. So you're telling me that the ice cream maker is achievable? Because they're clearly different colors. And I knew, almost was certain that that window over there couldn't I couldn't do it.
Hello, officer. What brings you up here again?
Why do I feel like you've won here? I really don't know, sir. She takes a sip of her cold coffee. I certainly don't feel like I've won. I feel like shit, sir, all the time. She smiles, says her empathy. A bitter little smile. She means it. She doesn't. Because empathy is compromised. But this turned out well for you, I'm gonna say. You have slipped past all suspicions. Clearly I haven't. We're having this conversation, aren't we? How well could it have gone? I mean, she looks around. The wet wind, heavy with brine and industrial pollution from the stacks nearby, ruffles her hair. I'm stuck in Martinez just like all of us. I've been up here for I don't know how long now. I like to call this my rooftop containment facility. What are you contained for, then? For my sins, of course. The long-standing sins of a bad, frivolous person. For destroying my first love. For working for bad people. The list goes on and on. This all turned out well enough for you. You somehow managed to not become a suspect, even though I just talked about it. Did I? She arches an eyebrow and sighs. Why do I feel still suspicion hanging over me then? What I've managed was to get him killed. I understand that. The lieutenant looks away over the railing. He feels uncomfortable with his conversation. He doesn't know what to add. Yeah, I'm grasping at straws here as well, empathy. It's fine. Something seems off, I'm gonna say, with this theory I've developed about Ruby. I don't know what to say, she says. It all seems fortuitous for you. None of this is fortuitous for me, she says. Yeah, and it's also circumstantial evidence as it is, so it's only natural that some things will, coincidences happen. Because we're talking about coincidences here at the moment, because we don't have really a motive. We don't have anything to go on apart from circumstantial evidence. The dried flowers on the rooftop, could Ruby have left them? These don't fit with anything. The what? She narrows her eyes. Oh, those ones. I don't know, sir. I said I have no idea what to make of them. Honestly, I think they're just trash. I mean, there's no reason for me to think they are somehow connected to her. No, that's it then, I guess. And I gained a little bit of experience. She nods slowly, carefully even. There's suddenly a strange glint in her eyes. Not malicious, but dangerous, says our volition. And if I remember correctly, volition knows what's up. Yeah, so we're locked out of that. Kim, can I talk to you for a second?
Yes?
No, I can't. I mean, I can, there's nothing there. Can we go down? Yes. So, let's go check that ice cream maker machine. I just got a loading screen that said most white checks have hidden modifiers. And I knew that, because they don't show up, obviously. But it said, talking to the right people... yeah. Talking to the right people can unlock secret modifiers, or can unlock white checks. It specifically said can unlock white checks. And that might be the reason why some of those checks that I thought couldn't be redone suddenly got, a new chance. So I don't know what to say. I think I know. Oh no, sorry, Kim, I didn't mean to talk to you. I think I know why. Let's save scum. We're save scumming here because this might. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna turn the ice cream crank. Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance, you hear water dripping. It's all gone now. You never became a poet or an anthroponaut, says our inland empire. The check here is a check that I don't get immediately because I need the crowbar. I don't know that I tried it before because I feel very apprehensive about this. If there's evidence in there, even the turning of the crank, there it is. 3%. Oh, right. That's why. That's why it's attemptable. Yeah, we're reloading here. Fail. Yeah. Sooner or later, huh? Yeah, I know. Let's get that quick save back in there. Because, well, we're hunting for checks. But at least now we know that what they mean. Basically, the checks being... The white ones are the ones that I can't try. So that's the backyard wall over here. It's a conceptualization. Even though I just tried it? Or did I somehow reload? Backyard wall. The barbell, clear window. No, it's the other way around. Dang it. The white ones are the ones I can try. The map wall. Oh yeah, if I'm gonna find a way into the village next door, because I don't think I can leave the map. That's what sort of baffles me the most about about Joyce leaving, is that I don't think I can leave the map. But we can go to the map wall, and apparently there's a check there, and we remember the map wall, don't we? I do. It's back there. It's up there on the upper right corner. No, actually just upper corner or upper edge of this map. Hey, Joyce. Plaisance. It's kind of similar words. Oh, got a thing in here. Everyone knows the most interesting thing about fascists was their magic. I don't know what that means. Fascism is historically connected to superstition. Not just because it's usually founded in pseudoscience and stuff like that. At least Nazism is. Things like phrenology and stuff like that. So let's see what we can do over here. Apparently there's a check in here. But we did these already. The sound in the background is of a printing machine or a ticket printing machine. Storekeep, can I buy these maps? I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. Why is Martinez so cheap? We asked this already, but apparently there is a check. What happened? Huh. Is there a check? I'm gonna look through the shelf. Amidst various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, and balance. These three things are very important to the working class mind, says our rhetoric. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health care or health services. How does that work? It serves platitudes while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind that people don't have access to and which costs more than this book, is garbage and would only give you cancer anyway without even curing your cold or anything. Wholeness, unity, and balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything, though it is important to note when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place. Yeah, this is probably a jab at all the cults that basically are based around this stuff, and not just cults. There's a lot of religions, mainstream religions, I should say, that they're also based on the, it's if it doesn't work, then it's your fault. It's because it did something wrong. Does that book say anything else? I'm gonna say the book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnetism. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from, how to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who was destroyed or has destroyed his liver, and there's even a chapter on the ancient Sarayes tradition of using duck gall bladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. That would be pre-disease, anyway, or a post. I think, unless factum means something that I don't... I don't know. Anyway, nothing worth buying. We do have an inland chef, so that's my skill right there. Our Inland Empire says, this is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this? Find something truly otherworldly. Let's go for it. The throbbing in your head increases with every passing moment you gaze at this shelf. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, Medicinal Purposes of the Pale. What's the Pale? The book contains very little explanation on the matter. This knowledge seems to be taken for granted. What's this book about? The book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies, alternative medicines, and folk remedies involving the Pale, also known as le territoire. For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venik, or hand broom made from the, quote, leafy twigs of a young birch tree from the near pail. Sounds painful. It is supposedly invigorating and good for the circulation. It would be good for the circulation. What else? It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the pail. Readers are instructed to cover these jars in a shallow hole just inside the pail and leave them there for 30 to 60 days, depending on the potency desired. And what does this pail-aged liquor does? Or do, I suppose? Among the benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health. That seems improbable, says our logic. How's that possible? Is it any more improbable than anything else than human beings put their faith in? Fair enough. What else is in there? That's just a service to show that these are just the same kind of books, aren't they? For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the pail, though a sidebar cautions readers to limit each stroll to less than an hour. These strolls promise to, quote, cleanse the mind of worries and the body of toxins, especially if the perambulator performs this ritual in the nude. Nudity figures prominently in a number of these prescriptions. This is exactly what you need, says our Inland Empire. I don't think it's what other people need. Anything else of note? There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their, quote, marital obligations, unquote. Well, I certainly don't need that. You close the book and return it to its place on the shelf. And I could buy it for $4.20. You know what? Alright, I want to buy medicinal purposes of the pail. Indeed, says Plaisance, and she mumbles, staring at the book for a moment. Something about that book does seem to have spoken to you. Well, I hope it contains what you're looking for. I don't think it does, but let's find out. It's interactable. A small green book giving off a peculiar, foreboding impression, although it's hard to figure out why. It describes the various ways healing debilitating ailments... It describes the various ways of healing debilitating ailments through the use of pail, some of which sounds implausible at best. The cover of this heavy tome features a number of esoteric symbols. Flipping through the book, you find a number of sections on the general benefits of the pail. A large pharmacopedia, or pharmacopoeia? Sure, whatever. I think it's probably a typo in there or something. Makes up nearly half of the book. What's the thing, the pharmacopoeia? You come across the following explanation. Quote, while modern pharmacopoeia are continually updated by so-called experts based on the results of, quote, clinical trials, unquote, readers will find assembled here the timeless wisdom relied upon by generations of traditional Seolite medicine practitioners, mystics, and Ilmaran folk doctors, unquote. Finally, something to calm the angry spirits that have been plaguing you, says our Inland Empire. It seems to contain descriptions of the medicinal properties of various ingredients that may be gathered from the pail, as well as instructions for producing a variety of herbal remedies. Is there anything on restoring lost memories? That actually might do something, considering that psychology is the fasting, the most, what's the word? It's one of the sciences that evolves the fastest, psychology is, because we know so little, and hence we learn a lot. There are, and if you want to, before I continue reading, if you want to read about that, look into what is known as the half-life of science, which is a term coined by, I don't know who, actually. I wouldn't know who, so I don't even know why I say that. I don't know. Of course, I don't know who, but it was a term coined late in the 20th century, and it's basically referring to the time it takes for half of what we know in any scientific field to be proven wrong. I seem to recall psychology was at the time, like 1980s, psychology was estimated to have a half-life of 6 or 9 years, something like that. And physics, for example, probably has a half-life of centuries. So yeah, just well, maybe not centuries actually. We have learned a lot about physics in the last probably 50 years. Yeah, we have basically disproved everything that was theorized before before the 1950s in regards to physics. So probably a 50-year half-life is not an exaggeration for physics. Anyway, it's an interesting topic, and psychology is a very, very interesting sort of bleeding edge science anyway. So the point is that, you know, in regards to restoring memories, there's a lot of ways to do it, and it's not necessarily well understood, or not as well understood as other ways of healing people. There are a number of, it reads, or actually our narrator says about the book, there are a number of zeolite tonics that promise to improve your short-term memory, but nothing that speaks to your condition. Aww. I just want something that will soothe the relentless torment of my existence. What you're describing is booze. You don't need any herbs for that. No, booze is a depressant. Don't do that. I mean, actually, no, I'm not really sure. Excuse me. I'm not really sure what mechanisms allows intoxication to. I think it's just, you know, memory loss. It probably is just memory loss, but it is not. It's an antidepressant in any way. Sugar is better for that, and it's also addicting. Not as addicting as alcohol, but it's also addicting. Anything about curing an apocalyptic hangover? There's nothing in here that speaks to hangovers directly. However, while browsing through the various descriptions, you become convinced that you could assemble something from the ingredients listed here. Want to give it a shot? Oh, sure. All right, book. Let's see what you got. First, you need to choose a base ingredient. Okay, we got either ginger root, a sprig of fresh mint, and common meadow rue. I don't know what rue is, and I don't actually know what ginger root is. I know you can make root beer out of it, and I think normal ginger comes from that. I don't eat ginger all very often. It's not a very common ingredient in Portuguese cuisine, or pastries either. Although it is used here and there, and it's very tasty when coupled with plenty of sugar. So I do enjoy that. Let's go with that. Ginger root as base. That sounds like a nice fruity thing. The mint sort of scares me a little bit, although I do enjoy a bit of mint. Next, you'll need to combine the base ingredient with an appropriate vehicle. Mix it with a dram of whiskey. This is for what? What am I trying to do here? Hangovers. A dram of whiskey? Are you crazy? Boil it with a tea made from birch bark. I have no idea what birch bark would have. Probably the same properties as any sort of bark. Maybe not. I don't know. Aloe vera, though, is a refreshing drink if you make it out of that. Although you do need to add a bunch of sugar because it's not sugary. And it also has well-known antibiotical properties. So I suppose that could work. Mostly for hangovers, as far as I know. All you want is water. That's most of what you want. And then there's something else that helps as well, but it's like 90% of the effect is going to come from just hydrating yourself. Because that's... I assume hangover... I read this somewhere, so I'm quoting... I'm saying the things that I read, but I assume the hangovers happen because alcohol dehydrates you a lot. Because, of course, your high alcohol content needs to be processed by your body, and so your body is going to use the water that it has to process it. It's the same reason why salt water dehydrates you, even though it is water. It's because your body needs to... Basically, your pee is going to be less salty than the water you ingested, and so it's going to be more diluted. It's going to come from your body water, and that's why it dehydrates you. It's sort of a simple explanation, but it's also really counterintuitive, because you're like, no, well, it's water. But anyway, alcohol has the same effect, although to a lesser extent than salt water normally would. Let's mash it into a paste with some aloe vera extract. Lastly, is there anything else you'd like to add? A few pomegranate seeds. I don't know I suppose. A spoonful of sugar. Some wild ginseng root. Let's go with a spoonful of sugar. +5 experience. The ginger and aloe vera make this poultice ideal for the treatment of arthritis. It won't do anything for your hangover, though. Would you like to try again? Sure. Let's try again. So let's go with a sprig of fresh mint. Next, you'll need to combine the base ingredient with an appropriate vehicle. Let's go with the birch bark, with a T. Lastly, is there anything else you'd like to add? Yeah, just go with pomegranate seeds. The ginger root will help... Wait, did I do ginger root right now? The ginger root will help with the nausea, and the birch bark tree will help you flush out the toxins. The sugar just makes it taste better. Sounds like a good deal. The very thought of this tea causes your muscles to relax and your mind to clear. You're more present and in control than you were a moment ago, even though I was already maxed out on that. I'm gonna savor the feeling a moment longer. A tingle rushes down your spine. Did we just spend 15 minutes savoring this feeling? A tingle rushes down your spine, and you feel your toes uncurl. If only it could always be like this. I want to try concoct one of those. No, I'm good. I'm going to put the book away. We did a good job. We did a good job. Anyway, we're out of time for the day, so we're going to have to continue doing a good job in the next episode. For right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Disco Elysium. I really hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.